Hi everyone, it's Kasia from Tarot Map. Let's just have a gentle review of Divine Ephemera Oracle. So this is an oracle by Krista Kideish, and she is on Instagram as Crochet Witchwares. The booklet that comes with the deck just gives you the name of the mythological figure used on the cards, and it gives you the plant name. So that's good. And then you have just little, a couple of keywords. What I appreciate is that actually Krista used the name of the plants, because if we want to go off and do our own research, at least we know what exact plant is being used on the cards. But other than that, I wished, if I can start with my critical point about the deck, I wish that she used also like an oracle keyword. I know it's quite hard to invent keywords for oracle cards, especially when you mix mythological figures and plants. So, two items from totally different categories. But something made her decide about connecting these two. And it would be lovely to have just a couple of sentences in the book. What was she thinking and why was it? Okay. Also, I would suggest to Krista, if she watches it, that this book could be so much smaller. It could actually be a pamphlet. This could save her money, because printing this book with, edited like this, it just doesn't make much sense. It's just a couple of keywords. It could have been done like, any other oracle decks do it, with just a little pamphlet, go into the box, rather than maybe spending money onto the book. It would be nice to have like a little box or something. That's just my suggestions, because as I said, I'm happy that at least we know what plants have been used, who is on the on the cards, and so on. So that's it. That's for the booklet. The cards themselves are beautiful, and I tell you when I am showing them to you how I use them until now. So I haven't had this deck for a very, very long time, but I've used this deck quite a lot in my personal readings. But also I had one client, you know who you are if you watch this, who, when she saw this deck, she asked me to do what do I need to know right now reading for her, just with this deck. So that was the first, she was really drawn to the imagery. She was captivated, and she felt like this deck has messages for her. So that was a challenge for me as a reader, because obviously I've never read with this particular deck, and I haven't done the whole, what do I need to know reading with it. In what do I need to know right now reading, I usually mix a lot of decks. So focusing on this one deck and not having the help of the book with interpretations forced me to go out a little bit on a different route when it comes to using cards. And that was much more of an intuitive reading. And then also, of course, we all have personal connections to the plants, right? We have personal connections to the gods and goddesses that are depicted in this deck. So I noticed that this deck is really great for intuitive readings. The cards are not busy, so you don't get overwhelmed with information, but there is more than just a plant and a figure to draw onto if you need to, So I from the feedback that I got, the person really enjoyed this reading. And when I use this deck for myself, I often use one card only, and then what I do a lot of research or write down keywords that I think this card could have. So with the Circe and Peony, that could be something to do with magic. I love that kind of magical essence of peony. It's such a high priestess plant to me, maybe because it's used as high priestess plant in the herbal tarot, the first plant tarot that I ever had. So, you know, I would just kind of invent or try to connect the archetypes of tarot, for example, with the plants. So here with Lilith and Lily, you know, you could do devil, you could do the Empress, you could do something like Nine of Pentacles maybe. So this deck opened me up to try all these different things because I didn't get it delivered right with the descriptions. I think as an oracle, and I spoke to a friend of mine for a while, it feels like, yeah, just like at this ending stages, but it's not quite finished yet. I think it would be amazing if Krista like worked further with this oracle and in next editions maybe added a little keyword or two and maybe worked on the book a little bit more, because it's always lovely to know what the creator thought when connecting, you know, Aster with Odin, like why, you know, what's there. And I know that in keywords you can probably, you know, well, let's check. In the keywords you could probably get a little bit of help. So it's all like alphabetical. So if we look for Odin, she just says Norse god of wisdom, death, magic, divination, ruler of Valhalla, and Aster associations, wisdom, dignity, faith, and stars. You know, that's kind of like not enough for me. I wish there was a little bit more like, why did she pick Aster? Is there any, just for, you know, her personal reasons, or is there anything in mythology that speaks about Asters and Odin? I know that marigolds are very connected to Mother Mary in many cultures. So yeah, that's just one criticism that I have. But other than that, the cards are printed on linen paper. It's really beautiful. I do have to tell you that this linen paper, you know, it rubs off. I haven't had it for very long, but it's kind of losing a little bit of no, why don't you focus? Losing a little bit of color. But it feels really great in the hands, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful to look at. So I mostly have been drawing one card a day or one card every couple of days, and I have been doing some research. I have been pulling out some other plant decks. If I have, you know, I love this flower or oracle deck with this deck. It looks nice. I don't know, there's just this feel of the cards, you know, that it kind of looks, or feels, maybe I should say, that it feels similar. So yeah, I have been doing this. Sometimes if I find the same plant, I would look for the same plant in this deck. Sometimes I would just work with both. You know, I have a lot of divine feminine decks. So Flora, for example, I love the image of Flora from La Flora Tarot, and I think this is just like a cool way also to use different plant decks together, or different divine, I don't know, feminine, masculine decks together. There's one more thing that I wanted to add. This is, by the way, Flower Medicine deck by Kathy Nichols. I like this deck very much also for the fact that Krista has used and showed in her deck not only the feminine aspects, okay? I love this art here with the bear. There is also some sexy divine masculine cards with six packs and so on. So yeah, it's a really gorgeous. So Hades with chrysanthemum, very nicely associated. Inanna with cherry blossom, you know, that cherry blossoms are usually very like sensual. So maybe that's this aspect of Inanna. Kibele with dandelion, I love that. That suits so well. So some of them, you know, I know better than others, and I totally like zoom into the connection that Krista made. Some are a little bit less familiar to me, so yeah, it would be just lovely, Frau Höhle, with flax. That's cute. So yeah, sometimes it would be just lovely to know what Krista thought and, you know, what was on her mind when she was connecting the two. So here we have these guys also, right? There's Medusa as well. Helios with sunflower, that's cute. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous deck, just beautiful. And it actually, because of this intuitive kind of hits, it actually reads really well. Even if you know nothing about plants, you know, you still get a sense of, by the postures of how the people are placed, by the expression on the faces, you still get this sense of, you know, what's going on. And that's, I think, a big plus if you create an oracle deck that is actually readable. So I'm wondering, how do you use this deck if you have it, and if you can share maybe with us, because that would be lovely. I also wanted to show you a couple of actually, how do I'm going to do it like this. I can show you also that it looks really nice with Claire Mack's deck, which is called the Rain Shadow. I'm going to do a review of this deck as well, but it just seems like a, you know, nice combo. And they have also similar colors and similar way of kind of intuition and spaciousness in the cards, one way or another. And I feel with the colors specifically, it just feels nice, and it can give, of course, when you connect tarot with oracle, it can give you a little bit different take on the cards. So you can always, if you're not sure about your oracle deck, or, you know, doesn't have any keywords, you can inform yourself with cards, and sometimes it gets a little bit different meaning. So like, if you chose this particular card for Solis, which is chamomile, maybe, you know, Seven of Swords can tend to be quite harsh in thinking. It can tend to be quite manipulative, you know, sharp, intelligent as well. Maybe this would say, you know, use some gentleness based on Seven of Swords. Or if this was going the other way around, maybe it would speak about not showing everything straight away to everybody, maybe keeping a little bit of stuff to yourself. Being gentle is nice, and being soft and warm, but maybe some healthy boundaries would be good, especially when it comes to words. So I love using tarot and oracles together, because it always gives you this, you know, first of all, you can practice, and second of all, you can just get deeper messages with both of them connected. So let me know what you think. Do you enjoy this connection with Rain Shadow? Look at this, this is so gorgeous. Or this one too, Knight of Wands and Artemis. I love this card. So yeah, this deck is really gorgeous. It I think it reads well. It can be read as a deck that you only read from it. So if you had, like, you know, 3-card readings or 5-card readings, whatever you do, it looks really nice. It has space, and it still gives you a story, which I think it's, you know, a great kind of accomplishment when you create an oracle deck. And it came with this cute crochet witch wear from Krista. So thank you, Krista, for sending the deck for the review. And yeah, I hope you guys appreciate it. And if you would like a reading just with this deck and plants and gods and goddesses, just, you know, just hit me up on Instagram or on my email, and we can arrange something. Thank you for watching. Bye.